Hey guys, how's it going? Today I'm going to be removing this old clunker of a humidastat and putting in a new one. So, for taking this apart, if yours is on the wall, the first thing you want to do actually is go downstairs and find the breaker. Now, how you find out the breaker for the humidastat, turn on your bathroom light, and then after you turn on your bathroom light, it's easiest to have someone up here and someone downstairs, and then someone flips the breaker. If you have it labeled, that's awesome, but yeah. All you do is you turn on the light in the bathroom fan, and when they turn off, that's the right switch. So, or at least the bathroom fan. The bathroom fan's the one you need to turn off. So, once that is turned off, now you can take off your humidastat. Usually you start by grabbing the knob, pulling it off. After you do that, you'll see a little screw here. Once you do that, then it'll expose the inside. Sorry, give me 1 second. There we go. So once we get the cover off, you'll see a screw here, and there's also a screw, as you can see down here. I'm going to pull that out, but it was on a slider, so all I did is I undid this screw, just the top one, and then slid up, and it slid right out of the slot. After it slides out of the slot, these two are just moretted on there. This actually wasn't on there, they just, of course, grounded the box. I'm not going to be having a humidastat in the hallway anymore. You can if you want to. But at this point, after you do that, now we're going to actually go inside the bathroom where I'm going to install the new humidastat / fan switch. So check this out. Alright guys, so your old switch is probably going to look like this. As you can see, it was a single throw. Now, when you're looking at which one it was, if you had a humidastat like I did in the hallway, there's going to be a pigtail with 2 other wires in it. And then if you look over here, there's a big wing nut with a bunch more on it. The one that's going to both the fan and the light, which is this big grommet right here, is on the back of here, it's actually called black BLK. So you're gonna take that wire, which is from, of course, the fan side of the switch, and you're going to run the one that, like I said, goes to the light and the fan, and run that into black. Now, one thing is, you notice there's no white on here, but we have white in the box, a white wire. We're going to have to add one. So all you do is you take a piece of wire like so, strip both ends, and then feed it into here like so. And make sure you have a nice length, and if you can, what you want to do is you want to curl it a bit, so that way when you tie the screw down, it kind of pinches the whole half moon right here. Again, so that's your white wire. Next thing you're going to maybe have to add, as you can see, there's no box ground on this one. So what you need to add is a ground. Super easy. As you can see, you have a pigtail there. You can either take a piece of this and strip it completely, or I have extra grounding wire, so I just took a piece of ground and I grounded it, added it into the wing nut here, or moret as I should say, and then I added it into our ground right here. So that takes care of the white, the black, and this one. Now the last wire, this is what's actually going to your fan. It will not be connected to the light switch, as you can see. This is for the light in the bathroom. All it's going to do is go to right here. And this goes directly to the fan, and the reason why it was pigtailed is because that went from here to here, which I'll just be putting a plate over and leaving those morets. Remember to moret the tips just in case some idiot after you comes along and tries to connect something or anything like that. You don't want those shorting out in the box. You could either disconnect the wing nut here, or sorry, the moret again, and then, or you just cap these two, tuck them into the box like so, and then you can just put a white plate over top of it. You might have some painting to do because of how big it was. But yeah, after that, we'll just come over here and we'll go right here. So after you get that wire that's going from the fan, like I showed you, into here, now we have all 4 posts that we need done. Next thing to do is to slide the box back together. Now, an important thing when you're doing the wing nuts on here is make sure when you're adding your wire in, that when you put the piece of wire on with the new ones, you take a pair of pliers and you twist them so you get at least 3 turns out of it. I know that the codes are different everywhere. You can always look online at your local codes on how many twists, and then I usually twist the wing nuts until they twist together like this. At least 1 turn. I think it was 3 turns for code here. Again, I can't quote And again, it changes everywhere. So the next thing we're gonna do is you're gonna wanna try and put the morettes all on this side. See the depth of this switch? Not that much. Depth of that one, a whole heck of a lot now. So we're gonna try and move them. I'm gonna probably leave this one moret here, and the other two will be on this side because those are the two huge ones. Those will fit behind here fine, but yeah. I'm gonna sink these two in. Don't bother putting the white cover on after that. We're gonna go downstairs and flick the breaker back on, but first just get it all kind of tied in. You don't wanna leave, you could leave it like this and test it, up to you. But for safety reasons, I'm gonna just put the screws in and kind of get it to sit how I want it to sit. So to set the humidity and stuff, what you're gonna wanna do is, you'll see before you put the plate on, after you've restored power, we're going to get just in here and you see those little barbs. It won't be that easy, but it will be easy. As you can see, got it off. It's just those little hooks. You have to get the little hooks out. After you do so, you have some settings here. Over here we have our humidity level. When do you want to turn on? When is that? High humidity, mid humidity, or low humidity? And then of course we have it at high, so that way I have it at high. You can always set it to mid if you want it to turn off when it hits mid. So you could do that, just like that. And that way when it hits, you know, it's from someone having a shower, it'll turn on. And then the next one is, that's the sensitivity. This is the humidastat, so you can set this up to like 80 or 20 or whatever you want to do for humidity in the room. And then this is the timer. Do you want it to stay on for 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, or 45 minutes? We just got it on 10. I mean, 10 is usually more than enough. So I'm going to try it at these settings. I can always pull that little plate off and set them again.